Mario World is a game about world stuff. This is partly because we are visiting a world with Luigi. We're on holiday. On the other hand, the map is very wide and isometric-ish. It's colourful and really feels for the first time like we're in a world, compared to the maps of the Mario Brothers games, which are a totally flat sort of map, literally a drawing of the world. Here in Mario World, we feel as if the map itself is also a almost 3D expansive world with perspective and a horizon. We can travel it the way we'd travel a world within the levels. It's interesting too that this is the first game we meet Yoshi, I think, and he appears during a holiday. We then meet Yoshi again in Mario Sunshine as a 3D version of the riding mechanic for the first time, and it's also a holiday. In both cases, we visit islands or complexes of islands, as Mario World also seems to be a world surrounded by water. Yoshi's Island, the game, then also is an island. Not only an island, but it's the title of the game. So being an island is important, I think, for the game. It wants to tell you that it is. An island is a place surrounded by water, so there is a clear limit. So in order to get in or to get out, you'd need to travel the water. So travel is sort of implied, perhaps, in this game, which is why it's a holiday. You can cross the sea on ship or by plane. But no matter what, you're going to need a travel vehicle. So a vehicle may be needed as a theme for this game. And a vehicle is provided by the figure of Yoshi, who is a vehicle, a steed. To travel a world means to cross its obstacles. I think the isometric look makes it more clear when we have to cross obstacles. Things that are high up are high up. The 3D map really highlights this. If something is above, it's above, and you need to climb it. If it's below, then do something about it. Climb it down, or etc. Do something about it. Avoid the obstacle. After this game, we see this trend again in Mario Land 2 and in Mario Land 3. We are in an island. I love how this trend develops. In a sense, to me, it speaks of a limit to the island, but also of a horizon. There is a world beyond this world. Of course, later games like Zelda Wind Waker explore this idea, although it might not be exactly part of this trend. But at this point, Mario World, Mario games seem to be heading in the direction of expansion. We have more world and more places to explore, more vehicles with which to explore them. A curious thing to me is the symbol of the star. Mario Land sees us exploring outer space, as does Mario World, if you consider the Star World to resonate with the concept of space and stars. Mario Land 2 does. And this is curious because the symbol of the star to begin with in Mario games didn't seem to have to do exactly with space as I see it. It seems to be more a symbol in itself, the way a clover on a card or a spade are symbols, also present in Mario. To me, it feels like the star begins as something that gives you eternal life, but eventually starts to become a way of expanding further and further. Even in Mario 64, the star isn't something that gives power, but something that expands the areas of the castle that you visit, therefore letting you visit more and more world, and making it more of a travel and expansion thing, traveling to the limits of your current world. The way the Star World seems to be, since it acts as a sort of shortcut dispensary in the game. Then ultimately we travel to the stars itself in Mario Land 2. There is this process of the stars becoming something that signifies maybe distance from here, a land beyond, and a place to reach which is not this one and is far away, something about distance, maybe. Other Nintendo games like Kirby, of course, sort of developed this idea, which was released basically in this time period, early 90s, around the time of Mario Land and Land 2. With a star you travel, and a travel upward to the castle in the sky. So the games, with the introduction of a 3D-like component, an improvement in the graphics and so on, help arrive at a perspective where the top of a world really does feel like the top.